Hey everyone, welcome to Yasmin TV. So there has been this entire Honey Boo Boo Mama June controversy with Mama June actually allegedly taking Alana'S money for years and years and years. Everybody's up in arms about this, and Kailyn Lowry from Teen Mom actually spoke out about this on her TikTok. Then Mama June did a stitch to her TikTok responding to it, and y'all, it gets really messy. So go ahead and check out Kail's TikTok and stay tuned for Mama June's TikTok towards the end of this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Talk about Mama June spending Honey Boo Boo's money. If you haven't seen the video, go look it up on TikTok. I've been on TV, or was on TV, just as long as Alana has been with Honey Boo Boo and other shows and opportunities. If Alana's been on TV since she was 6, she's 18 now, that's 12 years on TV, plus other opportunities that she was probably getting paid for, some if not all. Mama June makes her own money from the show as well as other opportunities. I've seen Mama June on other shows, and I have so much to say about this, especially with being a mom on TV, making my own money, as well as protecting my kids' money. Before you come for me in the comments, I will not allow the excuse that look where they came from, because then what's my excuse? Why can I say what I'm saying if I can use where I came from as an excuse? I had no guidance. My mom is an addict and former drug user. I never met my dad until I was 18, haven't had no relationship. I had no financial guidance. I have made so much money and have nothing to show for the beginning dollars that I made. That's at some point I had to make changes. And in this industry, you eventually make connections that help you invest your money, make more responsible choices. You make more responsible choices. And ultimately for me, I wanted to see my money grow. At some point I was like, okay, we need to do something about this. Changes need to happen if I want this money to last longer, if I want it to grow, if I want it to double, increase, etc. So that being said, within the last 5 or 6 years, I have gotten a very good accountant firm and also a financial advisor, okay? But let's backtrack a little bit. So we're not using where she came from as an excuse, but how are you able to spend 12 or 13 years worth of money when you are getting your own money and making more than an average person who is not on TV and is not in the public eye? Mama June has multiple kids, so even if she's taking a percentage of her kids' money as, a management fee or whatever, to spend all of it is absolutely fucking insane. When I started TV and Joe and I were already split up, we split up that same first year. He was in control of half of Isaac's money. I'm in control of the other half of Isaac's money. And somebody from the network had to come with us to set up these custodial accounts, right? And so there was one time where I accidentally deposited $1,200 of rent money into Isaac's account. And the way that we set up that account was you can't take money out. So I was out $1,200. At that time, it was really rough for me. But that all being said, that's what we did. So then when Javi and I got divorced, we also did the same thing. We split the money in half, where he has control of half, I have control of half. I had a financial advisor. So we took that money that I had in control of half, and then for Lux and Creed, all of it, and invested it. Okay. So the financial advisor took it, did what he had to do. I took it to Javi and I said, here's the evidence and proof of what I invested for Lincoln's money. This is where it was invested. This is who I use, et cetera, et cetera. He then turned around and was like, okay, let's invest the rest of the money that I have, for Lincoln, so that he's able to kind of grow it, hopefully. Mama June started TV with 3 or 4 kids. So if she's taking a management fee from all of them and taking a percentage, to me, invest your money, invest their money. And even if they can't touch it until they're 21, you're still taking a fee from them. So you're still collecting. I guess what I'm trying to get at, and I say all of this to say, is like, there had to have been upwards of 7 figures. So like 6 figures into the 7-figure digits with the 4 of them at minimum, and the amount of TV time that they've had. This was one of my kids finding out that the other parent took any of their money. I would help my kids sue their other parent, period. Plain and simple. I think too, there should have been more than enough money to do, the plastic surgery, the buying a house, all the things, doing all of those things, and still having money to live and money for Alana to go to college. That money should have been protected, set aside in the event that she wanted to go away. And also the fact that she admitted this on TV, on a recording, I'm very curious to see what happens from here. I don't know exactly how it goes to sue a parent, but none of this makes sense to me. I've spent a lot of money in my career on TV and as a public figure, and I still recouped that money and was able to invest and make that money go even further. these last few years. So it's very interesting to me that this is what she's saying. And I've bought and sold several houses, college, cars. I've had multiple more children. They're not getting their separate paychecks, and I've still somehow made all of this work. And so I don't understand, I guess, maybe she doesn't have good people in her circle that have introduced her to accountants and financial advisors. I truly don't know. I would be curious to hear if, someone from the network set up a custodial account or anything like that for them. It's very interesting. I will be curious to see how this plays out. Talk about Mama June spending Honey Boo Boo's.
Hey, Kel, I wanted to respond to your video out of everybody's video because you have been on TV. Okay, let's answer this. Let's start back from 2011, October 12th, 2011. That was Taller Than Chairs. We did 3 episodes of that. With TLC, we got paid nothing. They paid Alana'S entry fees, and that was it. Then they came to us with a contract in 2012, and we were on there from 2012 to 2014. And through that time, there was no mention of cooking accounts. It was just a lump sum at that time, and then I went and kind of divvied it up, and then when the kids wanted something, they got it. Tons of family vacations and just stuff like that. Have I ever had a financial advisor? No. Have I ever had an investor? No. I've had some people in my circle kind of screw me over with money, and do I wish I had that money back? Most certainly. Let's fast forward to Mama June from Not to Hot that started in 2015. They again did not say anything about a cooking account. I did not learn about cooking accounts until Alana went on Dancing with the Stars Junior Edition. And at that time, everybody that had been there had been people on Disney Moms and, some other big time celebrities that have kids. And they were like, well, you only put 20%, the other 80%, you can do whatever. But at the end of the day, yes, I could have put 100% in there. Yes, most certainly I could have. But the minimum was 20%. So I was like, okay. Was I in my drug addiction? Yes. Is that an excuse? No. So 20% went into that, and we moved forward. Flash forward to 2019, 2020, when Alana went to go live with Pumpkin. The show made Pumpkin set up an account in LA, an entertainment bank or whatever. And so Alana wanted to have 75% put in her hand in an account that she could be able to touch the money. But they talked her out of it, and she only did 50%. So 50% of Mama June from Not to Hot money, $160,000, is in a Coogan account in California still today. Just like my money in the Wells Fargo's account, $35,000, Alana hasn't touched. So with that being said, Alana was able between 14 and 18 to have $160,000. So that totals up to be $320,000. Okay. That's a lot of money for between a 14 and an 18-year-old, but Alana had some bills to take. Alana was paying bills and everything else, and y'all all know she was on her own since she was 16. It is what it is. Ain't what it ain't. Hate me if you want to, but I had no say-so over it. At that time, Pumpkin had temporary guardianship. Then we did a Masked Singer, and so her payments would not be delayed. Pumpkin and Alana decided that 70% would go into Alana's hands and only 30% would go into the Coogan account that I had at Wells Fargo, which made it to a total of $35,000. Have I said I'm sorry? Have I said this? Have I said that? Yes, I most certainly have. Even back in July, I told her that I would pay her back the $30,000 even when they walked away and didn't want to hear anything. Anna got very, very sick, and my main goal was to take care of Anna. And Alana said, oh, I don't need the money. It's just whenever you get the money, you can pay it $10,000 at a time, $20,000, $5,000, or you can pay $30,000. And I told her I would give everything to her. Then we had a vacation at the end of February to celebrate Anna in Florida, and we talked about it again. I know I did not bring a cashier's check and hand it over to her, but Alana is going to be in town this next week, or supposed to be, for spring break. I haven't had the time to go to Colorado, and she has not been back to Georgia since we talked in the end of February. I am going to give her back $30,000. Um, we're going to do it the right way. We want to be able to have her sign something that she has agreed to, saying, okay, every bit of money is paid back and it's squashed and everything else, not just for my protection, but also for Alana's protection and to kind of move forward. I've been trying to move forward, and unfortunately, for 2 years, this has bothered Alana, and I wish that didn't. I even was upset about that. I was like, if it bothered you for 2 years, you should have came to me. We could have sat down, because they got bank statements every quarter that I gave to them, and they knew exactly what was in there the whole time. So Alana, FYI, has $160,000 of her Mama June from Not to Hot money that's in a Coogan account in California. She hasn't touched. She still has $35,000 in the Wells Fargo account that she has not touched. Plus, I will be giving her $30,000 from the Dancing with the Stars. Because it was taxed and she didn't make hundreds of thousands of dollars for being on Masked Singer or Dancing with Stars. Both of those were taxed. Unfortunately, our show is 1099. So if that explains some stuff to y'all can call me a liar, a bitch, a thief. I don't give a shit at this point. The people who have cash apped her, have seen her gifts here on TikTok. Y'all are amazing. Everybody deserves happiness. Everybody deserves support behind them 100%. Have I learned a lot through these experiences? Yes, I have. And that is how I have grown. And I hope with all of this, after it's done, we can put it behind us and move forward. Because we have been working on our relationship. Do I text Lana every day? That's another question. No, I do not. Does she text me every day? No. I feel like this. My kids are grown, and I don't have to talk to them every single day. She came back from Florida. She had the flu that week. The last time I was messaging her was in the first week in March. But another thing with Dodo sitting on live and talking about me and thinking she knows this, well, I'm going to give you a little 411, and y'all little investigators can do about this. My house was bought in December 10th, 2014 by Honey Boo Boo LLC. Okay? I would use the rest of Honey Boo Boo money for that. Then in 2015, that's when I did Marriage Boot Camp. And then we started filming this show beginning of 2016 because some hiccups happened. But anyway, hopefully this answers some questions. Like I said, you can dog me in the comments. I just wanted to respond to hers because I know you understand being on TV. I'm so glad that you had guidance, but unfortunately, we didn't have any guidance. We were kind of thrown to the wolves and had to figure this all out by ourselves. Okay, there is some stuff that I did forget. I may have said, but you were asking about other little things in between. So the promo work that she does on her social media and other little stuff that may be $1,000, $2,000, $4,000, $5,000. Alana gets 100% of that money in her pocket when she does those promos. It's been like that, and it doesn't get in the Coogan accounts. So this is my truth. Like I said, also another thing is y'all be like, why don't you pay for her college? Why don't you pay for her college? Unfortunately, again, I don't want to be that person that I will not have that money every semester and be the reason why. There is almost $200,000, and I know that she is looking at other schools. I did offer to pay the $30,000 directly to Regis, and she told me no, to pay it to her because she didn't want to lose that money if she decided to go to another school. So that is the reason why the $30,000 has not been paid directly to the school, because that was my suggestion when we talked about it. But anyway, hopefully this tells a little bit. You can ask questions in the bio. You can cuss me out. Interact. I don't really care. But I did want to respond back to Kels because she has been on TV. And unfortunately, I'm so glad that you were able to have the right guidance. But we, unfortunately, were not.